With the fourth season coming out, let's talk about the first season of Stranger Things. Probably don't need to say this, but spoilers ahead, so click that like button and come back later. So Stranger Things is one of my favorite live action shows on Netflix. I love all the 80s and horror movie references that makes its way throughout the entire series. My favorite character of season 1 has to be Eleven. I love how creepy she is when you're first introduced to her, but when you know her more throughout the series, she becomes such a badass. So there were some things I wasn't really the biggest fan of with this season. The main thing I wasn't really the biggest fan of is how every 5 minutes in every episode somebody would just shout out Will. I know everybody is just trying to look for him and everything, but after a while, just hearing his name kind of gave me a bit of a migraine. I absolutely love the CGI in this show. Like, when I came into this series blind back in 2016, I was not expecting it to be that good. Like, oh my god. Another thing I really enjoyed about this show is its storytelling. From the very first episode and very first scene, you're left questioning what the hell is going on here. And even if you do get your questions answered, you're only left with more questions. Also, I should mention that this show is dark. When watching this show in 2016, I was not the biggest fan of gore or scary stuff or anything like that. And I'm still not the biggest fan of the stuff, but this show definitely did help me get through it. Thanks to this show, I'm now loving all sorts of horror movies like the Halloween franchise, Stephen King movies, all sorts of stuff like that. So I think the best thing this show and what it has to offer are its monster designs. Like, that Demogorgon is just so awesome, but really terrifying to look at. I cannot wait to see it again in season 4. One thing I really like about the Demogorgon is how it became an instant household name after this show and influenced a lot of horror franchises like the Quiet Place movies with the Death Angel aliens. My favorite moment in season 1 has to be when the party and Eleven were trying to run from the bad men and Eleven flips a van in order to escape. To quote Dustin, that was awesome. I give this season a 9 out of 10, giving it an A. Anyway, that's the review. Go down to those comments and tell me what you thought. And click that like and subscribe button to keep up to date with all my latest content. See ya.